Hello everyone, Dusty25 here. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the WWDC and what it means for Apple gaming. So I'm going to be covering iOS parts, Mac parts, and iPad gaming. And if I sound strange, it's because I just got back from like a 20-hour flight. It got delayed quite long. So yeah, that's why. But I did manage to watch the WWDC. And there are a few things I wanted to go over. So this is a bit of a different video. I will have a video. Alright, so the first thing I want to cover is the new games coming to macOS. They revealed quite a few, so the first thing that we know of was Cyberpunk, Sniper Elite 5, I think we knew about that, Dead Island 2, and those were the games we knew, but they announced some new games, Eve Frontier, Harold Halibut, Cat Quest 2, that's exciting, that's 3 actually, some Architect, I can't read that, Chronos, The New Dawn, Blueprints, again Sniper Elite 5, the Lies of P DLC, and what I was really hyped for is Inzoi, because I wanted to play that game, but I was not trying to buy it on my Windows computer. That's not very strong, but I have it in full Mac. Anyway, Crimson Desert, we did know about that, that's pretty exciting. Infinity Nikki, we also knew about that, but that's also really exciting. Robocop Unfinished Business, which is like the newer game, that's exciting. Star Sand Island, don't know what that is, but it looks cool. Into the Dead Our Darkest Days, yeah, that was probably like gonna happen because those people are quite good with that. Dead Island 2, we knew about that. That was supposed to come out last year. Where Winds Meet, that I think we might have known about that. I don't know. Something about a duck. It says Escape from Darkov. I think that's like a Tarkov clone. Hitman Wood of Assassination. I'm really hyped for that. Feed the Deep, and then NTE Neverest to the Everness. So that's exciting. Here's Belle, by the way. She's really good. She had a nice time at the Cattery. And yeah, so that's the games coming. Like I said, I'm really hyped for Inzoi. I wanted to play that game, but I don't have a strong enough Windows computer. I wasn't trying to play it for a conversion layer.
Starting with the new Games app, which brings together all the games you have on Mac. And when you're in the game, a click on a controller brings up the new Game Overlay, where you can adjust the system settings that matter most mid-game, chat with friends, or invite them to play.
Alright, now there are some other gaming stuff. We have a new gaming app. Quick note, I also forgot to mention there's a new feature where if you press the Xbox or PlayStation or home button on your Nintendo Switch controller or whatever controller you have connected to your Mac, it brings up a new thing with the Game Overlay. This allows you to control brightness and just useful settings for gaming, which is pretty big. So that basically allows us to launch games from there, view achievements, and there's a new API for developers where they can basically make competitions in single player games, like who can get the highest score in the skateboarding game, and so that allows you to kind of like fight with your friends to see who can get a high score, and that kind of makes playing a single player game more fun for everyone. I wonder if Bellatrix will get that, and that's available. That app is called the Gaming app, and it'll be available on Mac, iPad, and iOS. And it's pretty much just launching and downloading games. You can also view Apple Arcade stuff. Alright, next thing I wanted to cover, Game Porting Toolkit 3 got announced, and they say that's going to provide developers with updated tools for evaluating and profiling their games, and there's a new Metal Performance HUD customization option, so that means that possibly we'll be able to customize it and see how games are running and not have some of the unnecessary stuff, like the buffers. And we also have, this is the big one, Metal 4. So Metal 4 got announced. This is really big. So it comes with Metal Effects Frame Interpretation, which allows like FSR type stuff. I'll just read this. Metal Effects Frame Interpolation generates an immediate frame for every 2 input frames to achieve a higher and more stable frame rate. So I think that might be frame gen. So yeah, frame gen Metal Effects. Metal Effects Denoising. So this makes real-time ray tracing and path tracing possible in the most advanced games. And if you have an M3 or newer, I believe that we'll use the neural engine to make the games run better. Alright, there is also one last thing I wanted to go over. Supposedly in the new Game Porting Toolkit, there is a feature which allows you to replace DLSS in games with Metal Effects, and this will be really nice for translating games and crossover if this works. No one really knows just yet, but basically, in theory, this will allow us to replace DLSS in games with metal effects, which in turn means greater performance and metal effects support, which would be nice, because FSAR doesn't look the greatest on Macs. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.